It was a quiet Sunday morning, and the streets were unusually empty, the kind of calm that makes you notice everything around you. John Kennedy, a man known for his fast pace and busy schedule, was driving through his neighborhood on his way to work. Life had been demanding lately, meetings, deadlines, and the constant hum of responsibility that left him exhausted. But that morning, something unusual caught his eye. By the side of the road stood a woman holding a simple handmade sign. The message was plain, yet it seemed to glow in the early sunlight: Jesus loves you, don't give up. Most people would drive past such signs, barely glancing, but for reasons John himself couldn't explain, he did something different. He slowed, then stopped his car. The woman, whose name was Mary, had been standing there for hours. She had recently lost her husband and was struggling to make ends meet while caring for her 2 children. Holding that sign was her small act of faith, hoping that someone, anyone, would see it and feel a glimmer of hope. When John pulled over, her heart skipped a beat as she had never expected anyone to stop. John rolled down his window and looked at her with a kind, yet curious expression. "I don't usually do this," he said, his voice steady but soft. "But your signal broken bar, it just made me stop." "I think we all need reminders sometimes, don't we?" Mary could hardly speak. She had expected a nod, maybe a polite smile, but not this sincere engagement. For the next few minutes, the 2 strangers shared a conversation that neither of them would ever forget. John spoke about his own struggles, about losing a close friend to illness and feeling lost in the demands of his career. Mary listened, and for the first time in months, she felt seen, heard, and understood. She shared her pain too, her fears about raising her children alone and a loneliness that sometimes felt unbearable. Then John did something unexpected. He reached into his wallet and handed Mary an envelope. Inside was a note and a sum of money enough to cover her family's groceries for the month. But more than that, there was a message: keep holding on. Your faith inspires more than you know. You are never alone. Mary's eyes filled with tears. She had gone out that morning expecting nothing more than a few cars passing by. Instead, she received hope, compassion, and a reminder that even small acts of courage, like holding up a sign, can touch lives in ways we can never measure. John got back into his car, but as he drove away, he felt a warmth that he hadn't experienced in years. That small pause, that brief moment of connection, had reminded him of the power of human kindness. It was a lesson that stayed with him. Sometimes, the simplest gestures carry the greatest weight, and taking a moment to care can change both your life and the life of someone you've never met. This story quickly spread through the local community, inspiring countless others to take small acts of faith and kindness into their own hands. Social media picked up the tale, and people from all over shared how they, too, had been encouraged to reach out, help a neighbor, or simply pause to listen. John and Mary remained in touch, a living testament to how faith, empathy, and courage can intersect in the most ordinary of moments. By the end of that day, both John and Mary had been transformed. She had regained a spark of hope, and he had rediscovered the depth of his own compassion. In a world often defined by hurry and distraction, this encounter became a quiet reminder: love and kindness are never wasted, and sometimes, all it takes is stopping for a moment to change someone's world. And so, the sign that read "Jesus loves you, don't give up" did more than share a message. It created a ripple effect of hope, connecting 2 strangers in a way that neither would ever forget.